You are now listening to the Inside Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another preview show for the Inside Fantasy AFL show. A little bit different this week. I've decided to take over the joint, so Horse has given me the reins, and we're going to give our two experts the chance to have maximum coverage. Talk about every game. I thought I'd throw in a joke pretty early on, Horse, but we'll introduce the two legends below me tonight. Start off.
I'm here, Hurls. Morning, the loss of our SuperCoach Ruckman, Twisted Cherry.
Oh, no.
No trades. Twisted Cherry.
How fun is that?
Maybe we should have started with a funeral instead of starting with an intro. It is a bit bleak, isn't it?
I love it.
I love that.
Thanks.
We'll come back to the carnage that everyone's facing. But Horse, how's it feel to be in the pod but not up the top and not hosting?
I'm actually
really
looking forward to it, Hurls. Given that we've had the year that we have, and tonight is episode 100 of the AFL SuperCoach season, I think it's a great opportunity for like yourself to, I guess, take the wheel and take this bad boy for a spin. So given that I was away last week with the commentary gig that I had, and you blokes did a ripping job to fill the void, it's only fair that you guys keep kicking on, and I'll sit here and give my less than valuable opinions on what I think. But Squiddy, you were the one that had the massive week last week, weren't you?
Yeah, and it's all done and dusted now, mate. I got into the top 3,000 and I am so completely fucked. I am more fucked than the women of Geelong after they found out that Bailey Smith is looking for threesomes on Tinder.
Oh, what a man.
What's going to be fascinating though, Squid, you say that, but everyone's saying that. Look, it's going to be Stephen Bradbury moment maybe this year for SuperCoach, and see who just flies past at the end, maybe with a shit team, but no carnage.
Hey, look, if you've got Gawn and Grundy, or you've got TDK and Grundy, or you've got someone in Grundy, or if you have a trade, then you're absolutely laughing right now. But me, I am not in that basket, so that's all right. Be a good run.
All good, mate. Let's get into it. And I want to just give a bit of a advice for how we're going to go through tonight. Squiddy, I'm stealing one of your ideas tonight, and we're bringing back for one show only the cups. So every game is going to have a cup. Every game's going to have a cup related, and the way it's going to work for those of you who maybe haven't seen this done before, every game we will have the cup, and that's a player that doesn't play anymore, so they have to be retired. But they used to play for both of these clubs. They could have played for more clubs, but they at least played for these two clubs that are playing. So we'll do that as the show goes on. What we want you to do at home, ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in. So go to chat, go to the comments, tell us who you think the cup is. I'm going to give a clue for every game, and that clue will give you a bit of a vague idea of maybe some of the traits of the player. And then you go into chat in the comments, tell us. Now, Horse, I think you mentioned we might give a bit of a prize if a member wins our cup challenge tonight. How's it going to work?
Yeah, so anyone can win the award that is a squeeze pack, thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze, for whoever gets the most amount of guesses right tonight. And I want you to start getting in your guesses for Essendon versus GWS. But if you're a part of our Patreon, you're going to get a month subscription for free to any sport you want for the summer season. So whether it be NBL, whether it's NBA, whether into BBL, you will get it for free if you win tonight. So get your guesses in. And just before we kick off, Deadly's real daddy with the Paul Bearer picture, the cherry popper delivered the slobber knocker. I love that. That's mid-90s wrestling right there.
I think that was born out of a good friend. A good friend of the show, and the man legendary in the community for the After Dark episodes on a Saturday night. I think the Paul Bearer reference came up on that show last Saturday night.
It definitely did.
And so yeah, someone's a bit clever and gone ahead and put a little what do you call those things, thumbnail for the pallbearer. So lovely to see. But before we get into tonight's games, I just want to give a shout out to our day one sponsor, the Standard Squeeze. So they've been on board from the start, and given that they are going to be a part of our prize pack for our cup winner tonight, it's only fair that we give them a bit of a plug. If you haven't got one of the 4-in-1s yet, get onto their website, put in the code IFS 2025. You'll get 15% off your order, and they are fantastic. I've got mine, and I use mine for coffee. I know that's probably not what you use yours for, Squid.
Nah,
there it is.
Hey, look, sometimes coffee. Granted, sometimes coffee, but it's beer. It's beer.
All good. But let's get into the games tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give a clue out at the start of every game. The way this will work, we'll give a clue for who the cup is named after. We'll then talk about the game. We'll go through like we normally do. We've got our burning questions up on the screen. We'll get the gents to tell us a bit about the game from a SuperCoach point of view, and then we'll reveal the answer. But while we're talking about the game, put your guesses into the chat. And the clue for the Essendon versus GWS Cup is I played for two other clubs, but I never played a senior game for my first club, which was Port Adelaide. So I played for Port Adelaide first, someone else after Essendon and GWS, and I never played a game for Port Adelaide. That's the clue for our first cup. But let's get into it. Squiddy, I have to ask you to kick us off with this one. How good are the AFL scheduling blockbusters?
Do you really want my opinion on this one, Hurls? There is a very... I'm going to say this right now, right? I tuned into the start of that Richmond-Essendon game last week, and it was off, and my remote was through my TV, so that would never have to go on my TV ever again. That was the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Just took a shit all over our great game. And I'm going to say Giants are going to absolutely belt them. Jake String is kicking 10. The package is coming to Marvel tomorrow night.
The package will come to Marvel, I imagine. Do you know what he said on 360 tonight? They had him on 360. They said, "Who do you think you're going to play on?" He goes, "Oh, well, I was in his wedding party, so I think it'll be Jaden Laverty." I nearly fell off my couch.
God.
If that's the matchup, 10 might be Lockie Bramble responsibly for his Squid.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with you there, Hurls. That sounds like a bag to me.
It does. It does. So, Horse, you're like me, a Bombers man. How do we even line up? There's another 6 changes this week. What happens?
I don't know. Well, we've got McMahon in. He's going to play his first game this week.
Yep.
And Squiddy and I were talking about it off air a couple of hours ago. There are only 4 players on the Essendon list that haven't played senior footy this year now. And that's including the 4 mid-season draft picks that we took.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Maybe we should have made that a trivia question, but a few too many Essendon cult members in our community would have got that one right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is going to be rough. Do you think? I mean, they've brought some senior guys back this week out of necessity, like the guys whose papers are stamped, like Dylan Shield and these kind of guys. Are they just playing so that the kids don't get completely burnt out? Do you think?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's the case. Or even to a degree, if they play the rest of the year and then play well, then do they increase their draft stock or trade stock for the silly season?
Yeah, it's fair call, I reckon. Squiddy, what about from a SuperCoach point of view? One of the things I was thinking like early in the week was, how good is it going to be? Look at the fixture when you're doing your last trades, if you've got any. Look to see who's playing Essendon. There's a great matchup. But now what we've seen with selection, Hogan's out. They're resting him. They're resting Jake, not Jake Kelly. That could have been one of the cup, but it isn't. They're resting Josh Kelly. A team's going to just rest blokes against Essendon, which is a bit of a concern for our primos.
I think especially the guys that are going into finals, especially those teams that have a game in hand, like, currently over the Dogs or something like that, that's definitely one to keep the eye on. But, geez, when you're coming up against a VFL side and an under-17 side, you can definitely allow to rest. I just feel really, really, really bad to any Essendon supporter that goes to this game. And PSA to you, you're an idiot and you really need to have a good hard look at yourself in the shower. Because why would you want to go to this?
I think that it's going to be interesting because back to the first point about the blockbusters, like these games, Essendon historically have had good attendances even against interstate teams, but I'm not sure that's going to be the case for the last month. That's going to be a real problem, isn't it?
No.
Yep. Tom
Green's
going to have 40
demons
50
in
touches.
snow season.
Yeah, this is going to be an issue. And Essendon play 2 Friday nights after this, and the last round 24 fixture's not up yet, but Carlton will be a Thursday night because Essendon have to play twice in round 24. So this could be a real humorous 4 or 5 weeks for the schedulers and for the TV ratings and all of those people that think they know what they're doing. What about VCing? Anyone here, lads? Horse, will start with you. So GWS obviously are the team you're going to be picking your VCs from. I don't think even the bravest person would pick an Essendon player in merit with the Toby Bedford snooze tag on. So any GWS blokes you're keen on VCing?
Tom Green.
Yeah.
I think either Durham or Redmond will go to Callaghan because we've seen Redmond go through the midfield and play that negating role in the past. So, yeah, I think it's Tom Green. We've got no one left that can play a genuine inside mid role. You've got Setterfield who's hurt, Zardes. So I guess, the green tick in his box is that he can play inside. He's now hurt. Yeah, we're fucked. So Tom Green, he could get 50 touches tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think the only rough chance, this is really rough, is if they go to Perkins to tag him like they did with Cripps a year or so ago. I don't know whether they will because Perkins has been horribly out of touch, but it's the only kind of bigger body kind of bloke we got. So maybe they have to go that way. I don't know. It's going to be ugly though. Tom Green's a good shout. Squiddy, anyone different?
Do you really? I was going to say, do you really want Archie Perkins tagging Tom Green when he hasn't laid a tackle all year and he's done about 700 of them? I
agree.
I can't see him want to do that.
Agree.
No one for me to VC in this game. I'm good.
All right. So what about the cups? Get your guesses into the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We'll reveal the cup at the end of all of our discussion, like I just said. This is a great shout, Higo. It's you will not believe how close this actually is, but it's not correct. So it isn't Andrew Phillips, but it is.
Wow.
It is such a good guess, but it's not Andrew Phillips. Get your guesses in. Horse, any ideas? You're an Essendon man. You might have a chance at this one.
I got no idea. So played at Essendon, played at GWS, played at Port Adelaide.
Yep.
And played at another club.
There are a few getting it right in the chat too.
Oh.
Yeah, right. My mind, when I hear Essendon Giants, I just go straight to Kevin Smith.
It's a ruckman.
There's the man. It is a red-headed ruckman. So Higo, you were right, almost a red-headed ruckman, but it wasn't Phillips. It's Jonathan Giles. So the Jonathan Giles Cup. Those of you who are getting that right.
Yep.
Yeah, there's plenty going on. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, some of these might be obscure. Some of them might be easier as the night goes on. We'll see how we go. But Jonathan Giles Cup for the first one. I won't ask for a tip of who's going to win. I'll just ask for a margin.
Essendon by minus 90.
Minus 90. Yeah. Goody.
What is the line currently set at? Because Essendon are currently paying $10.25 to win. So I'm guessing the line's around 10 goals. 46. And I reckon the Giants could just...
I'm actually on there at the moment. Lockie Bramble responsibly.
Lockie Bramble responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. But I did take my 3-leg line multi on Monday, Squiddy, and I had GWS minus 34.5, and so that looks like it will be doubled.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what, Hurls? I wouldn't even say Lockie Bramble responsibly on that one. Lockie Bramble unresponsibly and absolutely smack the Giants.
Go nuts! All right, I won't stop anyone from going over 40s for that. That's for sure. So let's get on to our next game, Friday night, which is a much better game. So we get the rubbish out of the way Thursday night, and we get into Brisbane versus the Western Bulldogs. So for this game, ladies and gentlemen, the cup is a number 2 draft pick. This one's a little bit easier. I reckon there'll be a lot of people getting this one correctly, but let's get into this. Let's start with you, Squiddy. The Dogs are 1 win against the top 8 so far this year.
Yeah.
Do they change that this week, or is it just a huge problem for them?
I think it is a huge problem for them, Hurls, but the thing is, this is tough because Dogs obviously have no defense. They've been arse in the defensive category the whole year. They can't stop scores. But Brisbane's forward line, I mean, Hipper hasn't fired since round, 3? They needed to step up from Logan Morris, which you can definitely see. Smaller ground at the Gabba too, so the Dogs can really penetrate and get the ball in deep very, very easily. I still think I'm going to the Lions here, but I wouldn't be surprised with the Dogs upset. I think this is going to be a fair shootout.
Yeah, I like that call. Doggies have played in a fair few shootouts this year. They are very good offensively, even if they do concede a lot. So that's probably a great shout if the weather permits on Friday night. Horse, any attention to any of our guns? So we've got a lot of players in this as popular guys like Neil, like the Suitcase, like Dunkley, Zorko, Bont, Richards, Daily Bale. Who's going to get any attention, do you reckon?
Good save, Hills.
Yeah, I almost slipped up there, but I got there.
I reckon there's a chance. I know Deadly's in the chat, but I reckon there's a chance Jared Berry goes to Ed Richards.
Ooh.
I like it.
Hasn't probably tagged an inside mid for a while. But
Richards is more of an outside user. Yeah.
Yeah. I meant more inside the centre square. Like he's done a few jobs outside of that. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. I think Richards might be the one that they do put time into if they pick one. Squiddy, what do you think?
Yeah, I think if anything, there's going to be a little bit of something going into Daily Bale on the half back line from the Dogs. I don't think it'll be an immediate shutdown tag, but I think they'll be extremely wary of where he is at all times, and then just have Rayner, Cameron, whoever's around there to do a shutdown kind of role whenever he's in the vicinity and try and stop that penetration from the deep back line. And then we haven't seen Berry since he did that massive lockdown job on Clayton Oliver, and he destroyed him. But yeah, they haven't really gone to it. But this might be the game where they're going to actually have to have a look at it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, both clubs probably back themselves. Their systems are pretty good, so it'll be interesting how they go. What about our man Daily Bale? I'll give this to you, Squid. He's been a little underwhelming the last couple of weeks, to the point that they've moved him away from the back flank onto a wing at times because he hasn't been able to, be his damaging self. Do we think he gets back to normal this week? What do owners do with him?
Well, the thing about him, he also got moved to the half forward line at points as well to try and negate a tag. And it's good to see that he will move him around. The positive thing is that he's still getting around 90s. When he goes to half back, we saw it last week. What do you have, 70 at half time or something like that? It's when he's down there, he's so good with it. So I think you just hold him and just hope for the best. And in all honesty, it's not like any other backman is really blowing us out of the water. There's a lot of them that are starting to hit a bit of a brick wall at the moment. So, I mean, look, he's still in the pack. It's fine, I reckon.
Yeah,
what's our hints for the player?
Number two draft pick. There's plenty getting this one right. This one sounds like too easy, the clue, I think, but plenty going on. Horse, what about VC or C options in this one?
There's a bit going on. Yeah. I think Bontempelli's a shout. I think Zorko off a back flank could be a shout too against the Western Bulldogs. I think Bailey Dale could be okay. Dunkley bounced back last week. Our man Squid had the VC on him last week. Lockie Neal, Chockies. Is he going to go head-to-head with Libba? Both these teams are very well known for being high-scoring SuperCoach teams. So if I had to pick one, I think I'd struggle, but I think we'll find that your top 4 or 5 from each team should score fairly well.
Yeah. Squid, you've got a few of these blokes. Anyone?
No, I do, and it's worrying. There's something in the back of my mind that just screams Dunkley, but I just can't get past the fact that it's him versus Libba, and I think that kind of cancels each other out and makes it a bit tough. So I think I may steer clear, but then again, I may do what I did last week and then just slap Dunkley on with 5 minutes to go before the game and just ride it. Also, he goes bang on. Darcy versus Andrews is going to be a matchup.
Absolutely. I think that's a great call. Great call. And I think the other beauty about this one will be you'll know by Friday night if your SuperCoach weekend is screwed or if you're on track. Right? Most people are going to have about 6 or 7 players done by here, and you'll go, shit, I'm in trouble, or I VC'd the wrong bloke, or I got an injury or something. So it's going to be interesting.
I want to throw something out to you boys. Sorry, but
go for it.
I've got a couple of trades that I am making this week. One of them is Lockie Whitfield is coming in, so I like that. Got him at a nice little price or reduction in price. But the other one I'm tossing up between Ed Richards and George Hewitt from Geelong. From Carlton, sorry.
I was going to say, George Hewitt from Geelong. Who are we talking about?
Yeah. No, the missus just messaged me and she's a Geelong supporter, so that's where that came from.
I like Whitfield against us, except that Guelphy's in, and does he try to tag him?
Will it really matter, though? No.
No, probably not. To be completely fair, just as a VC though, you know how worried we get about absolutely everything. So that's all.
True.
Whitfield's got a really good. Neil's got a really good record against the Dogs, so I think he's someone you could go. I don't know. The one thing I will say to everyone out there, I would have a look at the percentage that people are VCing in the SuperCoach Gold on Thursday and then again on Friday. And at this time of year, you really should be trying to get someone who's not the most popular. I think go against the grain with your VC. Your captain doesn't matter so much, but your VC, if you can nail a 150 and then someone else that's popular can get 110 or 120, that's gold for you. So that's the way I'd look. I haven't looked at the percentages yet to give anyone that advice, but Squid?
I'll tell you what, Horst, that was a very long way of Hurls to say that George Hewitt plays for Carlton. He hates Carl Scum. Don't do it.
Yeah,
I didn't even give him a second thought. I'll be honest.
No, he's all right. I think given that Brisbane are a top 8 team, they're going to beat Western Bulldogs because they seem to shit the bed against anyone half decent.
Yeah, I agree, Squiddy.
And your player is
lines, but I'm not 100% confident.
The player is Shikaki, so this was an easy one. Everyone got this one. Well, number 2 pick, highly rated, never really made it. He never really did anything. He even went and played, I think, 3 or 4 games for Melbourne after he finished with these two, and didn't get a kick there either.
Is he still on the list at the D's?
Nah.
He's playing Amos in Melbourne.
They could use the forward, I'll tell you that much. And I tell you what, Josh Shaki ain't much, but it's better than what they have.
They'd be really scraping the barrel if they went there, wouldn't they? It is something. Let's get into the third game, and this is Hawthorn versus Port Adelaide down in Tassie. And our clue for this one is that this player played for the Saints in between these two teams. So he played for these two, and in between them, he played for the Saints. So get your guesses in there. Hawks need a win badly here, Horse. What do we think? Can they get it done in Tassie?
Hope not. I hope Port beat them.
I think every Essendon supporter on the planet hopes not. That wasn't the question.
Deadly and I were talking the other day, and we're going to have an episode where we go back to our pre-season takes and how far off the mark we were with some of them and how far or how close we were on the mark to some of them. And one of my takes in the pre-season was that Hawthorn would struggle to make the 8. So, for that to be right, I need Port to beat Hawthorn here. And I know Hawthorn are good in Tassie. And you know what, without Rosie and without Pickles, they may struggle a little bit. So I think Hawthorn win, but I don't want them to.
Yeah, I think that's the worry, isn't it? And they have a really good record, Port, against Hawthorn. I was at the gather round game where Port just demolished them. But in Tassie, no possibly no Rosie and Pickles. It makes it maybe a bit harder. Squid, do you think Rosie? What do we do if you got Rosie and Pickles? Do you trade them? What's the go?
Well, Pickles is done for the year, so I'd be trading him over Rosie. Yeah, instead of Rosie's fingernail injury. So I'd definitely be, if I had to trade one of them, I'd be holding Rosie. But yeah, I'm with you here. I know Port have won the last 4 of 5 against the Hawks, but I think they are fucked. Yeah. No chance that they beat the Hawks. Also, too, have we looked at the weather for this game? So if anyone has any SuperCoach players in this game, it is 35 to 45 kilometre winds, sporadic rain, cloudy, cold as fuck, standard Tassie. Build the roof.
You need a roof.
Need a roof, geez. I think the MCG needed a roof last week, but this game definitely will need a roof. So that's some advice out there. Don't VC anyone.
The MCG didn't need a roof. We needed to cut all feeds from the MCG last week because that was fucking disgrace. needed to make sure we put Better Homes and Gardens back on. I think I was looking for the replays. We needed to burn the MCG after that crap.
Absolutely. Horse, have you still got the Bergman? No. What do owners do? Like he's had only 31 and 25% CBAs the last 2 weeks. Pickles out. Does that see him now return into the main midfield group so he might come back, or are you still worried?
I think he does go back to the midfield, but I am worried because, he signed a 2-year contract. Yeah, he played a period through the midfield and he looked good, but I don't even know if Ken knows where his best position is. So he's got a nice long kick on him. He's good coming out of defence, uses the ball well. Squiddy, he's the brother of the lesser Bergman at North Melbourne, isn't he?
No, they're not related at all.
Oh, well, lucky because that one's shit. Anyway, but through the midfield, like he doesn't get shit tons of the ball, but he's got a very SuperCoach friendly game. So if he was to remain in the midfield and we knew that role was going to stick, then fuck yeah, I'd be all over that. But the fact that he's going down back this week, it might not be too bad given that there's no Rosie and they need to find,
Frog too.
Another avenue out of defence without Rosie. He may get a lot of the ball this week, but again, 30 to 40 to 50 kilometre winds, whatever it is, just shitty Tassie weather down there. Yeah. His disposal may come into calculations for like some DATs and that Lockie Bramble responsibly because you're not going to try and pinpoint 30, 40 metre kicks when it's blowing its ass off and it's raining sideways. So it might be him just bombing long to 50-50s and getting those 8 points, so to speak, SuperCoach-wise for his long kicks out of defence.
Yeah. That's good shout. Any tags, or do we really care? There's not really. Butters, a lot of people have. Other than that, there's no one else that's really relevant in this game too much.
Yeah, I don't think Hawks won't be able to tag Butters. Their main tags are McGuinness and Nash, and I just don't see Butters like they won't be able to keep up with him. So I wouldn't worry about it. Also, too, it's going to be that in and under in that congested of a game. I don't think it's going to matter about tags.
No.
You know what? Port Adelaide rucks, shitty, wet, windy, lots of centre bounces and lots of around the ground clearances. Lloyd Meek tackles. And you know what? A sneaky Lloyd Meek VC. I reckon it could play. Okay. He could have a monster here.
And even if it's not VC, it maybe brings him into calculations to be your Sherry replacement if you have trades in the bank. Maybe some people are thinking about Meek. I don't love Lloyd Meek's final run home, but this week could be all right for sure. I'm not sure if this is a statement or a question or what. Deadly, are we the pricks because you nearly hit a kangaroo? I don't really understand, mate. Hopefully you're okay though, mate. The kangaroo didn't wreck your car.
Lloyd Meek has a 3-round average of 127 at the moment as well.
Traveling okay.
He is.
What about there's our man Jasper in our Patreon. He's flying. He's getting every single cup correct. Did you guys get this one before you look at what Jasper said? You did.
I was too focused on Burgoyne. and I just couldn't get Berglund out of my head.
No, fair enough. It was Silk was definitely a chance to be the player here, but he wasn't. I went with the yeah man, advanced hair, yeah.
Crazy.
Our man Brent Guerra when he had hair.
Yep.
Yeah, not a bad little player, Brent Guerra, for a few different clubs. And
he was as hard as a cat's head early in his career.
Oh, yeah,
really refined his game as he went on, but I remember him being almost Byron Pickett-like with the way he attacked the ball and looked and bumped.
Whoa. Settle.
Go back and watch some Brent Guerra highlights. He used to line people up.
Horse. I know how good Brent Guerra was. I know how tough he was, but he's not tougher than Byron fucking Pickett, all right? He never ran from the goal square to centre half back just to lay someone out, all right? It's not. There's different levels to this. There's different levels.
Before you move on, Deadly, I know you almost hit a kangaroo, but as DJ Gardner-Holmes says, that's why you shouldn't drive at night without your headlights on, mate.
And use your booster seat.
Yeah, you just wanted to bring DJ Gardner-Holmes up because he's the only man on the internet that has my head as a thumbnail.
Yep.
Scary stuff. It is me. It's scary stuff, Squid. I don't know. We've made it when someone else is using your head as a thumbnail. You've made it in the world, I reckon. Hawks win this in Tassie, do we think?
Yep.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah. Let's get to the next one. Sydney versus your mob, North Melbourne, Squid, and I'll just give I'll give the clue for this one. The clue for this one is I was born in New Zealand. So that's the cup is named after someone who's born in New Zealand. Squiddy, what happens in your ruck line with the big X-Man not there this week? Who's playing ruck?
This could be the worst thing ever. I hope it's Taylor Goad. I really, really hope they give him a crack. But I feel it might be Finbar. I feel that it might be Darling, or it could be Testicle. So I'm really worried. This is where my VC lies. It's Brodie Grundy, and it's comfortably Grundy. He's going to maul us.
Yeah. If you have him, I think that's spot on.
Sorry, Jasper just said Callum Coleman-Jones, and if that's the case, he's gone by quarter time. He will be gone by quarter time. Bring the backup.
Oh, sorry, I was putting up this other one that I found quite humorous. That maybe the little helmet will replace the big helmet in the ruck. maybe that'll be the way to go. So by extension, Horse, and we'll answer this in a little bit of a group. So obviously Grundy's going to monster whoever he plays against. Does this make it a bit of a problem for owners of anyone else like Sheasel? Maybe the guys down back are okay for North this week. How's it going to play out knowing Sydney tag everybody and we've got no ruck? What happens?
I don't think Sydney will tag anyone this week. No. I think it'll be basically James Jordan up forward on that half-forward flank role. I think they'll be happy if Colby McKercher and Caleb Daniel are getting 30 touches each, because that means the ball's in their forward line flat out. I think Sheasel's the one that's going to suffer, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there might be a Braden Campbell run with on Sheasel when he's forward. That's what I would think. Yeah. I don't think they know any other way, Sydney. They just tag. They always do. It doesn't matter who they're playing against. It might not be as, maybe as full on as other games, but I think they'll just do it anyway. LDU back, Squid, for Jordan to go to, maybe?
Good. I mean, there's a chance, but honestly, who cares? Like, Swans are just going to maul us. Grundy's going to kill us. Heaney's going to absolutely destroy us. Chad Warner's going to probably have 38 and a goal and 2 goals. We're screwed. So if you have North players, I'd be worried.
Yeah, fair enough.
Except for Colby.
Deadly, you're spot on. I'm thinking the bloke's at the wrong end, but he will play on Kirch, not on Sheasel, Campbell. Mm-hmm. That's a good shout. Any updates, Horse? There's been rumours all week about Mills and whether he plays or not. Have you heard anything? Can we enlighten the community with any info?
We do have Phil, who's contacted people at the club, and I've actually got him on the DMs right now. So as soon as I know, we will let the community know.
Perfect. So Grundy for the man Squid as a VC or a C. I think it's a great shout. Anyone else, Horse?
No, it's Grundy, and Grundy again.
If you got Heaney, I also love Heaney as a shout because he could have an absolute game.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. It's actually without Cherry, this could be a game where it blows out a little bit. And that's when Chad Warner absolutely feasts as well.
He does. Yeah, absolutely.
We did for those. Yeah, we did for those who are in our Patreon, we did the numbers show last night and we did the numbers on Chad Warner. And he is long overdue for a spike game. He just hasn't had one for about 7 weeks. So maybe this is the one. He's been a little bit disappointing, the old Chad. Guesses for this one. Our man Jasper is all over it again, but Squiddy, you will know who this one is. The Kiwi who played for these two.
Yeah, that's got to be Schwatter.
Schwatter, great man, Schwatter. What a good player.
Bloody oath.
What a man.
There were some great options in this one. I toyed with the idea of someone who I played on as a junior, Shannon Grant. I played on him at the. Do you guys know the ground at Flemington? That little bloody tiny pissweak little oval there on Racecourse Road. I played against his mob, Flemington Juniors, in about under 15s. I went to him in the second half after he'd already kicked 6 in the first half, and he kicked another 6 in the second half. He was bloody brilliant, that bloke. He was just a freak. I couldn't keep up with him. Absolute gun. So yes, I am old deadly. That's my vintage. Shannon Grant was my age level at in juniors. So Swans for this one, you think? Pretty comfortably.
Comfortably.
You know me. I will always back North if I think we have a chance. 0. Fucking 0. We're so screwed.
Do we have to talk about this game later? Carlton versus Melbourne. I think this is a conundrum for us, Horse, as Essendon fans. Yeah, we want Melbourne to lose every week because we get a better draft pick, but we don't want them to lose to Carlton, do we?
Callum Mills is 50-50 and undergoing a fitness test tomorrow at main training.
Okay, fair enough. 50-50, everyone at home?
Yep. Oh fuck! I don't care. Like it's Melbourne, who I kind of don't really rate, and then Blues, who I don't really rate either. Hopefully, it's worse than the Richmond Essendon game last week.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's possible. We will fly through this game a little bit more, ladies and gentlemen. But the cup for this one, the clue is, I played 4 games of first-class cricket for WA. So that's the clue for this one, for this cup. This one might be a little trickier. So Jasper, if you can get this one, you're absolutely all over it.
Okay.
Let's skip TDK. No one cares about him. Gawn versus Shitnet. What's happening?
Isn't TDK also maybe not playing in this game because he has a bruised larynx?
Oh, does he? Again?
I believe so, yes.
Pitnet's not easy to score against, though, is he, lads?
He's not. He's not. He's been quite difficult the last couple of weeks.
So let's say it right now, right? If you have Sherry and you need to move Sherry off, are you going to go Gawn? Are you going to go Marshall? Do you go English? Do you go Nank? Do you go, if you can afford Grundy, obviously you go to Grundy, but if you can't afford Grundy, who do you guys go?
I like Gawn. I love Gawn's run, but I wouldn't talk anyone out of Romo either with his fixture. I think they're the best 2 fixtures coming home. What do you reckon?
I don't like Marshall, but we'll get into that when we talk about the Saints, purely because it looks like the Saints are running that second ruck now. So that's going to hamper his ability for those spike scores. I like Meek. It looks like he's the one that's like he's got some difficult matchups, but he's a bit like Cherry in that he loves to tackle after the initial centre bounce taps. So regardless of who he's playing against, he's still got the ability to score points with his follow-up work. So I think Meek's the one for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not in love with his run, but I do love him as a player. So we'll see how we go.
Nice.
VC or C options here?
None.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to do it. This in saying that though, this is the type of game that Christian Petrarca steps the hell up for, and he's got the long, woggy, greasy hair now. Love that. I'm
Massimo.
He's obviously going to be coming all guns blazing because obviously the whole crowd of a Carlton home game is going to smell like pizzas and pastas. So that's real grease in the stands. So that's going to be Petrarca's kind of, big game. But also too, it's snow season, so there's not going to be any D supporters there. So this game's going to suck, but maybe track.
Yeah. I think that's a fair call. Did either of you blokes get the name of the cup? There's a couple in the chat who did. Horse, bit more our vintage horse.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
No.
Is it Earl Spalding?
It is the Duke.
Yeah.
The Duke, Earl Spalding. Member of the 1995 Carlton Premiership and played for Melbourne first. Played 100 for both clubs.
Did Thomas Bugg ever play for Carlton?
Ooh.
Because that's all where my mind went to.
GWS and Melbourne.
I think he did. I think you're right.
I think he went to Carlton. That's where my mind went to. But
Could have. There you go. So now the Duke. I thought I'll throw a few older ones in, a few younger ones. So that was a good get. Although Jasper said that he did have to Google that one, so I don't know if we can count that.
No,
Jasper,
Thomas Bugg only played at GWS in Melbourne.
I think was he in the VFL side?
Mate, I've just done a quick Google search, but nothing.
Thanks.
Carlton recruit Thomas. Oh, he got picked up by Carlton, but never played a game. He retired after being on the list for 71 days.
Squid.
Yeah, because Carlton were a powerhouse back then, so he couldn't quite crack it for a game.
That's pretty good by me.
It is good. I didn't know he played for Carlton, but I don't know much about Carlton, so that wouldn't surprise me. A tip in this one, boys?
D's.
Demons.
Yeah, D's for me too. And look, if you really don't want to watch this game, and most of us don't, let's be honest, you've got the alternative to flick it over to the other channel, and you can watch the other blockbuster, West Coast versus Richmond, from Optus Stadium. And that's enough. Squiddy's had enough. He can't take it anymore.
He's done.
This is another Saturday night is just ruined with this fixturing. So Thursday night and Saturday night are just terrible this week.
No. I am so G'd up for West Coast versus Richmond. I am so keen for this game. I reckon the Eagles are going to get them here. I reckon they're going to be great. I reckon McCarthy's going to have a good score. I reckon Harley Reid is going to have about 25 disposals and a goal. I can't wait for this game. I reckon Shanahan is going to kick 4. Like I'm big on this game. I'm really, really excited for it.
Yeah, and this one, the clue is I was a father-son selection for my first club.
Well, it's not Ben Cousins, and you've already fucked up, so that's annoying.
There you go. Any game that we'll give this bloke a shout out. Horse, we've taken over here and we're changing things up a bit because we've had a lot of feedback that our man Ryan from Astute Newstead actually looks more like Tom McCarthy, and this is the Tom McCarthy game. So we'll give Ryan a shout out from Astute Newstead. If you need any help with your home loans, give him a buzz. Use the promo code INSIGHT, and he'll do it all for free. I think it has to be on the West Coast game from now on because he just looks like he looks like Tommy.
I think you're right, mate. But more importantly, with Ryan and him helping you with all your residential home loan needs. We've had a interest rate drop as well in the last couple of weeks. So, yeah, chat to the man because we're currently going through him and he's saved us quite a bit of coin.
Yeah, very nice. I think it's always good to get a broker in to help you save some money. So get on to Ryan. He's a good man. He'll help you out. The only relevant thing in this game really is what does Tom McCarthy score? I think he's the only one anyone's going to own. What do we think? Squiddy, what do you reckon Tom McCarthy gets in this one?
I'm expecting probably about an 80 odd. I like that for McCarthy. I also think that it's probably a 1 week thing, but Nank will have probably a pretty good game in this game here. So I like Nank here as well. But I'm not VCing or saying anything in here. Just let's hope Tom McCarthy has a great game. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go.
I actually think West Coast win this game.
Yep, me too.
Do you think go on? Why?
You know why? Because they can win this game, they can get a bit of momentum going into next year. They can get Shanahan his first win and a couple of the other boys the first win. And guess what? They're still getting the number 1 pick because they're 3 games behind everyone else because they've only won 1 game. And they weren't that bad. Like, let's be honest. They weren't that bad against Collingwood. They weren't that bad Who they played last week? Someone?
West Coast.
No.
They played Port Adelaide.
Yeah, and they were good. So I
Yeah,
reckon
they
they
were
were
good.
They were
Yeah.
okay for 2.5 quarters for sure. 3 quarters.
Richmond
three-quarters
beat
and
a,
then they won this.
Richmond beat a premiership side too, so let's move on.
There's not going to be any V or C. Now this one's causing some controversy in the chat. Any guesses for the cup here?
A father's
Well,
son.
I like Jasper's call because Pat Nash's old man was an absolute gem.
Chris Nash. Yep.
Yeah, so I can see that there. I'm just disappointed it's not Ben Cousins.
I don't know who it is.
You don't need to be disappointed, Squid, because the man is Ben Cousins. He's father-son
what?
for West Coast in 1995. I thought the clue would be really cryptic because no one would have guessed that. His old man actually played for Geelong, but he played in the Waffle. So he got selected as father-son in 1995.
Brian,
that's the one. But
There you go.
everyone just went straight to the man Cousins because of the clubs he played for. So the clue was hard, but the pick was still easy. So, yeah.
Hurls, I apologise.
Fun fact, Squid and Hurls.
Mhm.
When we were across, myself, Matty Davidson,
here we
and
go.
Cam Streeter in the mid-2000s, we were over doing a pre-season with East Fremantle, and the house that they put us up in was in Elizabeth Street in South Perth, for those that live in Perth. And our landlord was Brian Cousins.
There you
It
go.
sounds
Ripping
a little-
bloke too, Brian Cousins.
Do you know his beers over there, Horse, or was that just Ben?
No nose beers.
Nothing.
Lots of beers. Lots of beers.
Any guessing of the WA club that his old man played for and why he was father-son?
Claremont.
No.
Subiaco.
No.
Fremantle.
East Freo is correct, Horse. Bonus point for the Horse. East
That's
Freo.
good. how-
You Googled it.
No, that's how we got the house, because we're with the club.
Yeah. There you go.
Google.
Well, that makes sense then.
So
Anyway,
Horse has inside information.
enough of this rubbish.
Oh,
game.
sorry.
Geelong versus the Saints on Sunday, and the clue for the cup here is I was the leading goal kicker at least once for every club that I played for. And I'll give you another little hint. It's 3 clubs, these 2 plus 1 more. And I was leading goal kicker for all 3 over my career.
I thought it was going to be Big Kingy. Big Stephen King.
It isn't Big Stephen King. What about, though, Squiddy? Bounce back here for Baz and Holmes, do we think?
Please. I hope so, for the love of God. Let's remember, though, the Saints did beat Geelong in, round 1 or 2 this year? So put some respect on the Saints, but they're going down to Alphabet Stadium or Stadium. And I think Geelong are probably going to be too good down there. We know Baz is in the radius of his threesomes from Tinder, so that's huge for Baz. He'll be back being comfortable. And then, I think this is going to be a good bounce back for Basil Holmes. It just depends, where does Wintagger go? And that's the big question.
That is a massive question, because I said on the members pod last night, if I could trust Ross to stay with no tags for Wintagger for the rest of the year, he is a legitimate option. He's a good ball winner, but you just don't know whether he'll change that this week, right? He might go straight to Baz or Holmes. Horse, do you think he goes back tagging, or do you think he stays as the ball winner?
I hope he stays as the ball winner. He actually looked good doing it last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agree.
Absolutely.
Jezza Cameron, any news, Horse? So he looked real sore last week.
Groin. Don't be surprised if he misses this week.
Okay, that'll be interesting. Geez, the Cats, I mean, they've got an easy run, the Cats, but they'd want top 2, wouldn't they? Because you want the home final advantage. And so you wouldn't want to be dropping this one. Saints aren't completely hopeless at this time of year. Every year they become the team that struggles, that beats some of the finalists. So, you never know. Maybe this one. What do we think? Any captain options, or do we just avoid Ross games for the captains?
Avoid them.
Yeah, I'm avoiding them also. Absolutely. I just can't bring myself to do it. But
they don't look as clear-cut this week, do they? Like last week you had Butters in that last game where you could just go nuts with your VC because you just knew you had that fallback. This week looks a bit trickier.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. There's only like one real standout when I'm looking at it and being like, okay, I'm really happy with that. All the other ones are like real gambles for your team. So
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. But
Selections?
also, I can't do anything in this one, and I can't get anything by the player. The only name that's springing to mind is Riccardi for some reason, but I don't think he played at the Saints, and I don't know why he's only stuck in my head.
Is it Mark Jacko Jackson?
It is. Corey, I think, was first in chat to get this one, but Mark Jacko Jackson. Now this bloke, just quickly, he played 82 VFL games back in the day, and he kicked 308 goals. Horse, this guy's known for being a clown, and he does the, I'm an individual, and he's done, if you go look at electrifying 80s, he's doing cartwheels in the goal square and all sorts of junk. But geez, he could play footy.
Yeah, it was a bit before my time. I remember the handstands that he did. Was it against Geelong actually one day? Show it off a little bit, but yeah, didn't he play? Was it only 3 clubs? I thought he was at like 5.
3. No, he went. I think he went to another one, but didn't play. He played
Sydney. That might have been, or South Melbourne.
Yeah.
Who was the other team?
Melbourne. He definitely played for Melbourne. He kicked. I don't know if it was 100 or 3, but he did kick 308 goals, and he won the goal kicking at all 3.
Wow, good effort.
Yeah. If he was, not so stupid, he might have even been better. But he was a bit of a clown. I only remember him early days too. I would have been about 8 or 9 years old when he was running around. And I remember him because I thought he was hilarious. But then when you look at his record, bloody hell, it's not too bad. Anyway, enough of that game. These next 2 games may be the 2 games of the round. So Collingwood Freo on
What's the hint?
Sunday afternoon. The hint for this one is I kicked over 250 goals and won mark of the year.
Is it Paul Meadows?
I'm not going to reveal who it is, Horse. We're going to let people let us know in chat. There's probably a few options here for this one. I thought I'd leave it a bit vague. There is a few options, but anyway, we'll see how we go. It is. We're giving it away, so it is Robin Tarrant. Does anyone think Freo can travel over the Nullarbor and get the points in this one and keep their hopes alive?
No.
Horse, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Horse, Collingwood don't like travelling. They have to travel from the Gold Coast to come back down to Melbourne. They get like itches on their face and they get body sores from the plane chairs. They hate it so much. They're crying themselves. They don't sleep correctly. It throws out their whack a little bit. So there's a chance Freo can get them, even though Freo have to travel like double that time. But either way.
Yeah. I still think no.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you. What about, let's talk about SuperCoach point of view. Collingwood aren't a bad matchup for Freo. Their halfbacks like Clark and Ryan, and then their midfielders like Sarong and Brayshaw, etc. They're probably going to get free reign, aren't they? So what do we expect here? Do we VC or see any of these blokes?
Look, I think you're right, mate, in that with what's his name is out. Dan Houston's out for a couple of weeks now. So I think that's going to release Perryman to do a little bit more ball distributing across halfback, which means you'll have Jordan Clark go about his game as you will. Luke Jackson versus Darcy Cameron will be a good matchup in the ruck. I think there's plenty of SuperCoach points on offer though between those 2 lads. And then you've got your midfield head-to-head. You've got your Sarongs and your Brayshaws versus Ned Long and these sorts of players, Pendlebury. There's no tags really coming from each side unless your Banfields or your Warners go to someone. But again, I expect this to be a fairly good SuperCoach scoring game.
Yeah. And Squiddy, what about, do we get Wagner to Dacos again like he did last time?
Yeah. I'm really worried about that, Hurls, in the fact that we saw that Wagner went real hard on Nakos for the whole game. Nick Dacos then had to go forward to try and break the tag. And if let's be 100% honest here, if he didn't get a few lucky free kicks, his SuperCoach score would have been arse. That led to goals. It then led to a free kick for it in the last quarter, then boost up his SuperCoach score. I'm pretty sure he scored like 90-odd. But Wagner did such a good job on him. I'm very worried about Dacos in this game. And that's how I just got to see it. I mean, it just is what it is. He's going to.
It's a fair call.
He can run with him.
It's a fair call. So do we see Josh get taken back to the back flank again now that Houston's out, or will Josh get some more midfield time after that dominant quarter last week? Or what do we reckon?
I went back and watched that. That was one of the best quarters of footy I've seen.
Unbelievable. Yeah. That's why Fly McRae is so goddamn good. He noticed that it was Josh Dacos' time to go in. He went in 16 and 2 goals in the last quarter. That's just unreal. But Collingwood can bring in other people. That's the best thing about Collingwood. They're able one down, next one comes in, so they'll be able to find someone to play that half-back role. If Nick Dacos has to go forward, I love Josh Dacos going on ball again. So, it's going to be interesting to watch for this Pies game.
Yeah, and probably, I mean, I haven't seen the teams, obviously, for this one, but I reckon Ed Allen probably comes in to replace Houston, being the back flanker is out, and then they'll get a few of their other blokes back, like who rested last week. Well, Pendlebury was sub, he'll start. You'll get Myercheck back. So Collingwood have just been able to have the luxury of all these sort of managing blokes. So I think they'll continue to do that as the year goes on and see how it goes. But are you seeing anyone in this game, any captains for you boys?
No.
You go, Horse.
No.
I just want to say that everyone knows that Switter is my boy and he's my favourite docker. But Andy Brayshaw, after doing the post-game interview, pissing blood from his head and still doing that interview, he is such a ledge. And
not bad, he didn't even try to stop the bleeding, did he? He's like, I'm just going to go on the camera here. This is going to look good next week. So, no, that was a cracking effort. I'm looking forward to this game. I think it'll be a really good game. Who wins? Pitches. Yeah. Oh, who wins?
Collingwood.
Pies.
Yeah, I think the Pies too. Although if the Dockers can win, it puts the pressure on Hawthorn and the Bulldogs for the 8, which will be nice. I'm looking for one of those to miss out, but Dockers need to win one that they're not expected to. I'm not sure if this will be the one though. Last game of the round, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get into that last game, we do want to give a shout out to another sponsor of ours. So the great man Stromy, Stromcrete, Horse, Bendigo, Lad, pools, tiles, any of your paving things, concreting, anything you want to do, contact Stromy. How can people get in touch? We haven't got anything up there.
Yeah. Click on the link below and he can help you out. He will give you a discount if you drop the name Insight in there. And special shout out to him. He underwent some surgery last week, but he's on the mend and he's up and about and walking again today and home. So good to hear you're on the mend, my good man.
Brilliant. Good to hear. And a legend Bombers man as well. So good to see another Bombers man join the community because we just don't have enough of those. So it's good to see.
Absolutely.
Last game of the round, and it's they've saved the best till last. This one will be a dead set cracker. The first time around was. I'll give you the clue for the last cup. It is, I was born in Tassie and played for 3 clubs. So that's the last clue. Born in Tassie, played for 3 clubs. What do we think happens here, Squiddy? This was an absolute beauty the first time. It was down to the wire. I think it was decided really late, and then there was a huge melee with Phil Thorpe and Mac Andrew. So what do we see this time around?
Oh, I can't wait for this one. It's good to see that the AFL have finally gone, hey, let's make sure we put an absolute belter to finish the round off and let everyone going out of a high instead of all the bullshit that we've had to endure for the last couple of rounds. So I'm a big fan of that, and I cannot wait to see this game. I am huge. And I think if Grundy fails me, this is where I'm leaving my C all the way to. And it's either going to Matt Rao, because he has been on fire as of late, or Jordan Dawson.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. I actually think I'm going to have the C on this game too, but it's going to be in the opposing team on Nando's.
I love it. I love that too. But Nando's away from home in Adelaide Oval,
I know.
It's not hot enough.
Look, let's be honest, Squid. My Supercoach season's fucked, so I'm just going for someone who could get 150 1 week and no one's going to pick that.
Hey, feels king, slaps ass.
I know. Horse, what happens here with the any attention? Like, there's a lot of guns here. I think Gold Coast don't tag; they just don't do it. But Adelaide have got a few players they could go with, like a Peatling, or they could go maybe with
Saligo.
Yeah, any of those back flankers even could get tagged a little bit by your man Ben Keesis. He could go to someone or something like that. What do you think?
He's not my man. He's Deadly's man. But I think you're right. I think you'll find Alex Neil-Bullen might go to one of them as well.
Mm.
So, yeah, Peatling or Saligo. I know Deadly's in the chat, but yeah, one of them will go to one of Matt Rao.
Deserved.
Yeah, absolutely deserved.
I think you were 3 Matt Rouse short of his tackle count last week.
Yeah, it was in the first half too.
Yeah,
oh my god.
But yeah, I definitely don't see any tags coming from the Gold Coast point of view. Is it? Yeah, I don't know about the player. I've got to keep thinking.
The player as in the cup.
Yep.
If it's not Hugh Greenwood, I am pissed at you.
Is he retired?
There is a million correct guesses for this one. The Hugh Greenwood is the man. Did you know that he went to college in the US and he nominated for the draft, NBA draft, but didn't make it? I learned something when I was looking him up because I didn't know that.
Because he was on the Adelaide 36ers.
That's right.
Bloody good basketballer.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Do you know what college he went to or what state the college was?
The college of
for some reason it feels Oklahoma, but I think that's wrong.
I'll Google check it.
It's not.
Thanks.
It's obscure because when I looked it up, I thought, is that even in America? It's a name of another country, but it's not a country. It's a state.
Is it Hawaii?
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Right.
Yeah. So I had to look up. Gee, where is this joint? I didn't even know New Mexico was a state. But anyway, it was.
So the Lobos.
No, the New Mexico Tacos. They're a great basketball team. So good on them.
Yeah, the Lobos. I'm looking at photos now. Squid.
Oh, lovely.
All right. So who wins this one, lads? For the last time of the round,
Adelaide.
Hey, I'm just saying it now, right? If Gold Coast want to show us all they're legit and they can actually do a little something in finals and they're not just a hometown team, they have to win this game. And I reckon they are going to have complete ball to the wall. Dimmer knows how to play the Crom. I like the Gold Coast Suns here, and I'm going to tip them. Upset. I'm tipping them.
Ooh, nice. Mm-hmm. I think Adelaide, but I'm a bit jury out with Adelaide too. So I want to see them do it against there was a good win last week, but we know the Dogs have got no defenders. So I want to see what happens this week. The good question from Kizza is Collins back?
I believe he is.
But is Jordan Butts not playing as well? Because didn't he go up another smack? Yeah.
Yeah, he had the collapsed lung, so he probably in doubt.
He's had a shocking fortnight because he got punched out by Lynch. He got the collapsed lung, and then if he plays in this game, then he has to go against Ben King, and then if it hits the ground, he has to do it Bailey Humphrey. Oh, he is going to get absolutely pelted again.
Yep. No, I agree. So that's going to do us for the games, ladies and gentlemen. Horse, I don't know how we go about the prize. I reckon, I don't know if I haven't looked in the chat in our WhatsApp group, but unless somebody has miraculously beaten Jasper, I'm going to call him the winner. He was all over it. So Jasper, maybe reach out to Horse. Yep. Great job, mate. I think all bar one of them, he Googled one. We won't give you that point, but the rest of them, he was all over it. So I think he's our winner. Hopefully that was something bringing back some stuff we used to do last year. Squiddy used to do a power of work on it. We thought we'd do it one more time for the year. The season's getting long and SuperCoach is frustrating everyone. So a bit of fun, and hopefully you all enjoyed that. But let's be honest, this is what everyone is here for. Like we all come here to talk a little bit about SuperCoach and banter and all the rest. But the time of the week is here, ladies and gentlemen, off the long run, because he hasn't been here for the last week or so. And I don't know where he is going to go this week. Horse isn't in charge. So, Squiddy, I'm pressing the buttons. Go your hardest, young man. We are going to go with Cone of the Week.
It's good to be back, I'll tell you that much. Horse and Hills. And there is a few people that need an absolute coning, and that is for certain. And for one, look, I'm not going to put them all in there. Actually, I am going to put them all in there. All the bloody tall forwards that can't kick a fucking goal from 10 metres out. Dan McStay, Jed Walter, we saw this. I'm just going to put in Hayden McLean because he's always doing that. Anyone else from Richmond or Essendon, it's all at Collingwood first half. Learn to kick a fucking football. Like, it's not that hard. What do you get paid to do? Come on, boys. Weak as piss, be better. I've got a story that Deadly has sent us, and we all saw it, and it needs to come to light, and that is that Ben Camporale has been banned in the VFL for striking Mitch Robinson for 4 weeks. And then after that, someone on Twitter, on Mitch Cleary's post announcing that, decided to show the vision of Dev Robinson punching Ben Camporale before that. The VFL then turned around and said, actually, that's not on, and gave him 2 weeks. So I'm going to give a weakest piss be better to Dev Robinson for punching him, the VFL for not catching on to that, and to that dog on Twitter for fucking dogging the boys and getting Dev Robinson. That's a disgrace. You can't be having that. Horse, please wait your turn. Horse, wait your turn. Thank you very much. Weakest piss be better. Don't you dare. Don't you dare get in my way. I'm going to give a massive one. An absolute massive, huge coning, an absolute triple scoop and a half to Essendon's fucking medical staff and their groundskeeper and their doctor and their nutritionist and Brad Scott. Fix your shit. How many injuries do we need to have? I mean, look, it was watching Essendon lose. That's funny. Watching Essendon lose 15 of their players. That's a bit rough. Watching Hurls and Mick cry. Priceless. But still, I can't be having that. So weak as piss, be better to the whole of Essendon. But there is no one in the league that needs a bigger coning than Tristan fucking Sherry, X, Spectrum. It's got to be the worst fucking argument to get off from a 3-week suspension I've ever heard. I just meant to hit him in the chest. That's what ruckmen do. I just meant to hit it really, really hard in the chest. Mate, you literally knocked the bloke out on impact, and you thought, oh, mate, I should have just said that Jai Simpkin pushed him. I should have just said that Christian Salem pushed Jai Simpkin. But no, you were like, no, I tried to hit him as hard as I could, and I just hit him a little bit high. I would have given you 3 weeks. I would have given you 4, you fucking idiot. So I don't know if that was Tristan Sherry or if that was the North lawyer. All I needed to know is that we needed to bloody get Carlton's lawyer in, because that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, think about that shit. I just tried to hit. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You've ruined my Supercoach team. You ruined everyone else's Supercoach team. You've lost your AA. Give it to Brody Grundy. You're an idiot. Weak as piss. Be better, Tristan. Come on.
And that was the cone of the week, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful segment that is.
I'm telling you, I had a little bit of hope that they were going to be like, oh, Tom Harley's in now to, like, you know, oh, he's not going to get 3. He might just get 1 or 2 because there was an accident. We all saw it. Christian Salem pushed Jai. So maybe you can get off there. And when I read what David Zeta wrote about what Tristan Sherry said, I said, are you fucking kidding me? Are you drunk? Like, that's the worst fucking argument I've ever heard in my life.
It was stupid. I actually thought they might turn around and give him an extra week. It was dumb.
Oh,
it was just dumb.
I was literally sitting here and I'm like, okay, look, they killed it. Jackson Archer probably shouldn't have got 3 weeks. Paul Curtis definitely should have got 3 weeks. They're probably looking at it and be like, oh, maybe we'll throw him a bit of a bone. And that's his fucking defense. Oh my God. I thought he was taking the piss.
Very good. Horse, you almost spoilt the cone. You almost got coned yourself. What anything to add?
Nah.
Hey, you can add now. Now it's your turn.
Nah, I know my spot. Nah.
Oh, good. Well, how about we get into some questions then, eh?
Sounds good.
It's question time. Let's answer your questions for the week ahead.
So let's kick us off. We got Skull with questions. Boys been busy building the man a statue. How good was Scotty Boland? Not just Scotty, but Mitch Stark as well. That was one of the best spells of bowling from Mitch Stark I've ever seen. Was
so
it?
That innings
27?
lasted 87 balls, not even 20 overs.
How and we could have actually added another cone for the man. He's had a horror run with the bat, Constus, and we won't kill a kid for that. But the misfield to get West Indies across the line but not be the lowest ever, that's what he could have got the cone for.
Yeah.
Stop the ball, buddy. He could have been lower, but anyway, yeah, I agree, Skull. That's Scotty Boland. Love your work.
You know what's funny?
What else?
If you were a West Indies supporter, you'd still rather watch that than watch Richmond versus Essendon on the weekend because that was better viewing.
Yeah, I agree. It was look. You could have watched a test pattern on the old Channel 31. Would have been better viewing than Essendon versus Richmond on the weekend.
See, at least Hurls is laughing about it. Horse, I can just see the pain behind your eyes. Like you had to watch that whole game.
I fucking hate that. I turned it off.
That's 2.5 hours you'll never get back.
Do you know where I've gone, Squiddy? I was in pain too a few weeks ago, but I've gone to the place that says to me, I've sat through a year where I had to watch James Gwilt, big bloody Zach Clark play for Essendon, and Ryan Crowley. If I can sit through that year, I can get through this one. So that's where my head's gone. That's the only. It's all perspective.
Welcome, brother. I've been there for 6 years. Welcome.
I know. We're in the bottom four together, brother. Armoured Frog, maybe the injury list is, that's true. If Essendon's injured blokes all go to attend the game, that'll probably be 30% of the crowd, I would imagine. Yep, so that's a fair call from our man, Armoured Frog. What do we got here from Deadly? Horse, I can't even read this. Horse doesn't want to do the extra work, the lazy prick. I don't know if that is that a strike? Is that a strike horse or
I think it is now. Yep.
Yeah, could be a strike. We'll give you a strike if the kangaroo hasn't hit your car. Otherwise, we'll give you a pass.
Hey, IJ, hang on a second. IJ, our man, thank you very much, our brother, for the $3. We love you. Thank you very much. We
love you, IJ.
Can't wait to see you in about 5 weeks.
I missed IJ. I missed IJ last night. Me and Broads were doing the numbers pod, and we were waiting for IJ to sign in so he could come and get on the pod, but he wasn't there. Thanks, IJ.
Oh, we appreciate you. Can't wait to see you in about 5 weeks or so, mate. We'll give a couple of swipies. That's for fucking certain.
That's it. Higo, our man, back from Vegas. Did okay over there, hopefully in the poker tournament. So he's back. This is all just about you. I don't think we've got any questions tonight. It's just sledge horse night. So
no, it's okay. That's okay.
Kizza, I knew my team was screwed as soon as the last round ended. Well, we're all there, Kizza. We're all in this together, mate. That's the beauty of this community. We're all fucked, so we're all in it together.
Don't worry about that.
We got the man again that has my head on the on his thumbnail. I don't know, the captain this week might put the C on Deadly. What do you guys reckon?
If you want to lose.
No. I rate it. That's a good shout by you. Slaps ass. Really like that.
Deadly for captain. All right, now here's a serious question from our man
Deadly.
Mate. 3 trades left, no cash. Sherry Rosie owner, McCarthy at D7. He's got Gone. This is a long one, boys. So Sherry to Nank and hold Rosie is one option, or Rosie to Sicily with Grundy in, option 2, or option 3, Whitfield English in. Which of those 3? So first one is Sherry to Nank and hold Rosie is option 1. Option 2, Rosie to Sicily and Grundy in. And option 3, Whitfield English in.
I'll let you boys answer that, obviously, but I'm just going to say anything that involves bringing James Sicily into your team is the shittest one, and I would not do that. No.
Yeah, I'm not a James Sicily fan. No.
Yeah, too much swing factor, not enough points scored. No, can't do that. But carry on with whatever you guys reckon on the other ones.
No, I agree. I don't like Nank either, to be completely honest, even though this week will be a really good score.
Yes, agreed. It's tough coming after that.
Yeah, I'll probably, if you can get Grundy in, yes, but can you do it without Sicily? That would be my advice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there's someone
So-
else.
Yeah, someone else. If you can
Good
go
point.
Grundy, but go someone else, but Sicily, and I don't know what. He's probably cheap. Is he Sicily? That's probably why he's in the mid.
Okay. Yep.
Everyone's in the same boat this week, though, so it's a bit tough. What about our man Higo again? Does he keep holding Newcomb, or will he get tackles this week to bump his score up? Because of
Yep, I reckon if there's a week to hold Newcomb, it's this one. I reckon he'll get about a good solid 90, and in a week where there's a lot of the good players playing each other, and that kind of cancels each other out unless you have these really far out of the way primos. I like Newcomb this week, so I reckon that's one where you want to actually hold him this week.
Yeah, Horse. Anything to add there?
Yeah. I just don't like the inconsistency of John Newcomb's game.
I'm with you. I think though, Higo, if you're tossing up this week to holding or trading Newcomb, you're in a better place than most of us, mate. I think there's, most people are worried about blokes who are injured. So I guess it's the question I ask you is, what are you playing for? Are you playing for leagues? And if you are, and this can be your advantage, I don't mind the aggressive nature, but I think you could hold easily too for this week. So,
but if let's say it right now, right? Who would you feel comfortable with going to primo wise from Newcomb's 530 or 40 odd K? Who would you feel comfortable going to this week? Like this week,
Ed Richards is 10K more. George Hewitt's 10K more
against Brisbane. But against Brisbane, George Hewitt, Carlton are ass. Like, can you really be trusting that? TDK might not play, so they don't. That means they have to have Shitnet, who's not.
George Hewitt is the only Carlton player that I trust.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I'm with you though, Squid. I would play Newcomb this week.
Wait.
He loves Tassie. He's going to love that weather. And then next week you can punt him if you really don't want him. I think I agree with that.
The worst thing that can happen to Newcomb this week is that Willem Drew goes to him, and that's very unlikely. But it's a 5% chance if that happens, and if that happens, then it's the wrong decision. Otherwise than that, 95% chance, and he's probably going to have about 100 odd, and you'll be pretty comfortable with that compared to whatever else could happen, because you just don't know who could go off this week. I'd rather wait till.
And even if they go to him, if it's a scrappy game, it's contested, he'll get his tackles. I think he'll be all right this week. What about Steele as a pod? He's got to replace Took, our man Armoured Frog. Do you think Jack Steele's an option? Got a soft draw?
Why do I just don't trust him anymore. I know he had a good start to last year. I just don't trust him at the Saints anymore. So and it's not like he can't do what Windhager did last week, because he definitely can. It's just that we haven't seen it for a year and a half.
Yeah.
I think I'd take it. If I was a gambler, which, I mean, let's be honest, most of us around here are. I think I'd go Windhager and take a punt that he doesn't tag, and that his last week's form can hold up. Now, I'm not expecting 150s, but if he could easily average 100 if he's not tagging. What do you reckon, Horse?
Yeah, probably could. Yep.
Have you guys watched a lot of Saints games this year?
Yeah.
I feel like you just feel the same as me, where it looks like Steele has just lost a step and a half. Like, he looks so slow off the mark now from someone.
His knees are cooked.
Yeah, because he wasn't the quickest bloke off the mark, but for his size, he was pretty good. Now it just looks like he's so far behind now. Which really
I think the ceiling's gone. I think he's still going okay for your flat 100 maybe, but I wouldn't be banking on big scores from him anymore. Probably. Famous last words. Here you go. Do we think Baz gets more likes on Tinder than IJ?
No.
IJ will tell you definitely not. Here you go. I have no way of confirming or denying.
IJ is the king.
Question for you, Horse. Why don't you like the Romo option?
Because last week gave me a little bit of insight, I think, anyway, as to what St Kilda want to do for the remainder of the year. So it's probably the worst kept secret that Geelong are odds on to get Marshall next year. So if that was to happen and Saints get TDK, that's all well and good, but they've got nothing to play for. Sorry.
As horse dies on us.
So they've got nothing to play. No, not quite. They've got nothing to play for, so why wouldn't they give Max Heath a bit of a run, or dare I say, Harry Boyd?
Please answer my prayers.
Everyone in the community wants him back, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Horse, in counter offer to you, right? And this is only for this week because it doesn't apply to like down the track, because I think you're 100% right. But do you know who does have something to play for this week? Rowan Marshall. Do you know who is playing against a side that doesn't really have a ruckman? Rowan Marshall. Why does Rowan Marshall want to play so bad? Because he loves farms and threesomes, and that's what they do down in Geelong. So that's why he's trying to get there. He's playing Geelong. He wants to show his new side that he is ready for farms. He's ready for threesomes. He's ready for the beach. He loves it down there. So he's going to have a belter this week.
I hope he plays well.
Let's hope Romo goes well. I've got him in my keeper league, so I hope he plays well. And
he loves cash under the table. He loves dirty money. He loves getting out of the salary cap. You know, he loves cheating.
Absolutely. Cotton on
shithole towns.
T-shirt. He's got cotton on T-shirts and he has to pay for them and he wants to get them for free. Shout out here to our man Maverick. It's AFL is still going, Maverick, but SuperCoach is nearly dead. But anyone out there who's watching us, the beauty of IFS and the channel's got every sport you can think of under the sun. And so Maverick and his crew, DFAB and Mullen, do an awesome job down there with the NFL. I've been watching their content over the last couple of weeks because I'm trying to get prepared for draft season in the NFL, and there are no better Australian brand in NFL than these boys. So get over, have a look at it, join the Patreon over there. There'll be some leagues joining up that you can join up soon. And
2 weeks. 2 weeks. So he did ring me tonight and he said to pass on that anyone that's a member of the NFL Patreon this coming season gets free entry into our $100 league.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Get amongst it, ladies and gentlemen. They are doing some great stuff over there.
He may be bald, but he has good ideas.
Matthew, g'day, Matthew. Dropped a little in rank last week to 445. Was having a cracking year still. 3 trades left. Would you trade Sherry to Marshall? He's gone. Or bring Dogger from forward to ruck and bring in a mid?
That's what I've done.
Yeah.
So I'm not going the Cherry to Grundy option purely because it's a price point and I want to complete my team. So as it stands right now is I've traded Sam Doherty and Tristan Cherry out. I've moved Luke Jackson from my forwards into the rucks and I've bought in George Hewitt. Then I've moved Caleb Daniel back into my forward line. And I've bought in Lockie Whitfield into defence and George Hewitt into my midfield.
I'm glad you didn't type that out, Horse, because that was complicated.
Yeah,
that's good. I like it. I think any scenario where you can get like a Whitfield, you can get a Nas, you can get a Nando's, you can get a Rao, all these guys. If you can get one of those guns, I love that play, moving them around, and that works.
I'd rather that as well, what Horse said, like moving Jackson into the ruck than rather than just having a gamble on, is it going to be Meek? Is it going to be Nank? Is it going to be English? Like, I'd rather do a safe bet and do what Horse did. So bingo.
Yeah, agree. Corey, our man, I feel I'm going English and Whitfield for Martin and Sherry. I can't talk you out of that. What do you boys think?
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, I like it. It's a good gamble. I rate it. Also, too, thank you very much to Hurls girls. Hurls did do a great job as host, so you everyone can join me in a slaps ass to Hurls. Great job there, and we appreciate you, Hurls girls. Your choice in club is dog shit, but you're an absolute ripper, so thank you.
And IJ, I did not write it, and it's not from my partner's account. So,
what do we got next? So, Frank, here we go. We've got all the legends who are dominating this year. Also had a bit of a down week last week, Frankie, but 2 trades to go. Meek and Warner in, 49K left if anyone wants it. Do we like Meek and Warner in?
I did my last trade last week, and I realized I had 40k left, and I went, God, I hate that. That really, really annoys me. But I wanted Dunkley, so that's how it is. But yeah, Horse likes Meek. I like Warner. That's pretty good. That's a Lloyd and a Bleached together, so I rate that.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Well, we should be able to carry over the cash to next year or something, shouldn't we?
We should be able to use it to buy extra trades.
I know. Matthew says Grundy would have to burn 2 trades and have 1 left. Yeah.
Is he worth it? Is he worth 2 trades?
In his form he is at the moment.
Yeah.
I think given everyone is scrambling and using their last trades, I'd almost advise against it.
Mm.
I think I'd go one of the other rucks that you might lose 30 a week on one of the other rucks, but that one trade might get you. If there's some carnage in the next 2 weeks, you'll make up that 30 easily.
This week though is the worry, Hurls, because there could be a sizable gap this week.
Quick check for you lads. In the last 6 weeks, Brodie Grundy has been under 127 once.
Ooh. Hey, Horse, guess when Squid brought in Brodie Grundy?
6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago, baby.
When Horse brought in Luke Jackson, probably.
Woohoo! Squid, slaps us.
Slaps us.
I had to show this on Hurls. Did you write this yourself off your partner's account? No, I didn't, IJ. That's
good one, Sandra.
She's downstairs watching, so that this is our family time.
That is fantastic work there, Sandra. It's almost like her Horse brought that up about 4 minutes ago. Well done.
I wanted to.
Sandra's here with the Blit news.
Oh no, Sandra Sully. For those of you not old enough to know who Sandra Sully is.
Appreciate you, Deadly.
I wanted to just add some commentary to the comment that I didn't get before because I was looking at another part of the screen, Squid. Sorry. But that's going to do us, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight. Horse, we never asked you this. Where can the ladies and gentlemen at home find you?
On Twitter, most of the time, or X as they call it these days, Instagram. We've got a bit going on in the background with NBA, with NFL, with BBL, with NBL. There's a lot of sport coming up. So, yeah, it is a busy time at Insight. But as Hurl said before, we've tried to create a network where this is your one-stop shop for every sport that you could want to follow at home. So, again, if you want to be part of NFL leagues, let us know. NBA leagues, we've got dynasty leagues, keeper leagues, redraft leagues coming up as well. Squid is the man for all things NBA. He's very, very good at it. And Squid, I'm going to toot your horn a little bit here. Your draft board that you did last year was fucking pretty close to how it ended the end of the year.
Just saying, I was on the money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's just what I do. I make these calls. It's all good. You know what Squid does.
Where do you do it, Squid? Where can they find you?
I don't do much because, dad stuff and, chasing Bailey Smith around for threesomes on Tinder, but that's all right. It is what it is. But either way, I'll be a bit better. Trust me, I'll try my best on SC Squiddy on X. But ladies and gentlemen, please make sure to give a slaps ass to Hurls on a great job hosting tonight. Round of applause. Well done. Slaps ass. Great job, Hurls.
Thank you, boys. It's been a pleasure. I have been given the controls, and so that's good. I can hopefully people can get used to like a few of us doing some different things. Because one thing I will say before we end on a serious note, we are thinking about what do we do next year. What are the shows that we can bring you every night to the SuperCoach community? What are some of the different ideas we've got? And so part of the reason we are all doing this and all having a go at hosting is it's impossible for Horse to do 7 shows a week. It's too much. He's got a family and kids, etc. Well, we could, but let's be honest, we want to give him a bit of a break. So the idea is if all of us can do a little bit, it helps bring more content to all of you. So that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully that's working for everyone out there. But we will end the show tonight on a serious note like we always do, and we are really serious about men's mental health. In fact, the other clue that I was going to mention that I didn't about your mate Wayne Schwass was that he's since retired from footy, is the CEO of Pucker Up, which is an organisation that does look after men's mental health and depression and all of these kind of. There's some other great organisations out there too, like Beyond Blue and these kinds of things. And if you're not feeling well, are you okay? If you're not feeling well and you need to talk to somebody, you can avail of all of these services, or you can just send a message to any one of us. Our DMs are always open. Send us a message. We will definitely have a chat. We're no experts, but sometimes all you need is just someone to talk to. So if you want to do that, feel free to do that, because it's not weak to speak and it's okay to not be okay. And ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. We'll see you for the Panic Room tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, that's it.
See you then.
Woo!
Bye.
Giants by 140.
Flag Dons.
Slaps ass.